Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be ranking the Genshin characters by how they would be during a camping trip. A really big camping trip, because there's like 70 characters here, and they're all going to be at the same campsite. So I'm sure you've noticed as well, unlike my usual format, there's like a lot of tiers here. So really quickly, I'm gonna go through them just to maybe explain some more convoluted ones. So the classic tells your campfire stories, that gets really personal, pours their soul out to you around the campfire. The loud disturbs the neighbors, the invites the neighbors over. The eater of all your food inside the cooler, the orders the pizza. The constantly on their phone, the hot boxers of the tent. I'm really curious who's gonna be there. The gets sloshed, goes to sleep early in a tent, and then goes to sleep early in the car. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first up we have Aether. Ooh, he's definitely gonna be the teller of the campfire stories because he has so much potential for just back in my day. Because he's a really old man, technically. He just looks really young, and I think his stories would be really cool. Yeah, okay. Albedo? Oh no. Wait, would Albedo get really personal around a campfire? Oh my god. I kind of want to see that happen. I think it would be really wholesome. He just pours his heart out to you, tells you his deepest secrets, like his whole cloning thing. Wait, no, this is canon. I would love to see Albedo get personal, yes. Amber is gonna be, I think, the loud and disturbs your neighbors, but not in the vulgar way. Because a lot of loud people at campsites, like, you'll just be trying to sleep at like midnight and you'll hear your neighbors just cussing out, saying a lot of inappropriate stuff. Amber would be loud but not inappropriate. So maybe the kids are sleeping at the campsite over and she's just talking about some really wholesome stuff and it puts them to sleep, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, Amber's the loud, kind of wholesome talker. Next we got Ayaka. She's 100% going to sleep early in the tent or in the car. Wait. Maybe she goes back to her tent and she just smells the devil's lettuce, like someone's hotboxing her tent. And little to her knowledge, it's Ayato. And then she like knocks on the tent door. Ayato opens up and he's like, yeah, what do you need, sis? And she's like, Ayato, what are you doing? And then Ayato just gives her the car keys so she can sleep in the car while he's hotboxing the tent. Yes, canon, 100% this is happening. Barbara is just going to sleep early in a tent, I think. Ooh, no, she's gonna sleep in the car because she might be scared of just wild raccoons. Because a lot of times when you're like in a big group and there's food all over the place, when everyone goes to bed, just the raccoons just have like a feast. And after this party's done, the raccoons are gonna be picking up all the Doritos left on the ground, the open pizza box. Yes, okay. Beto's getting sloshed. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Who's gonna get sloshed with her? Actually, yeah, I think this is pretty just obvious. These two are gonna be the best of drinking buddies. Oh my god, yes. So Venti would probably be a mix of just tells campfire stories, but he's also just simultaneously really drunk. So I'm gonna put him in drunk. Yeah, Venti strikes me as the type to just fall asleep on, one of those like picnic benches that they have at the campgrounds. He's gonna fall asleep, wake up covered in ants. I'm not relating this to real life. Anyway, next we have Benny. Ooh, what would Benny do? Would he get really personal? Yeah, he's gonna get personal. He probably has a lot of inner demons because of his whole bad luck situation. And I think like when the campfire mood sets in, he just starts staring at the flame and just starts crying. And then he just pours his heart out to everybody there. And some people are just like patting him on the head for the whole night. Yes, you gotta be there for your friends, guys. Be there for Benny. Chung Yun, I think, is gonna eat all the food. Yeah, because maybe there's like too many people at the campsite for him to just tolerate, I guess. So he's just gonna like hover around the cooler and just get like, I don't know, it's probably just gonna be a bunch of cold meats that he like roast around the fire while listening to Aether tell his stories. Yeah, he's gonna eat the food though. D-Luke is 100% just on their phone for the whole night. I think maybe Jean comes up to him at some point and is just like, hey, and he's like, hey. And that's the extent of his conversation for the night. Yeah, D-Luke's just kind of like the loner on the chair next to the tree, away from everybody else. Meanwhile, as with Jean, I think she would go to bed early, actually. Yeah, maybe when D-Luke doesn't want to talk, she's just like, you know what, whatever. My sister's sleeping, I'm gonna go to bed too. But she's gonna sleep in the tent because she's not afraid of those wild raccoons. Yes. Diona, I think would... wait, what if she's like the orderer of food for the drunk people? Yeah, because they're like, Venti goes up to her and he's like, hey, Diona, can you like get me some sausages from the cooler? And Diona's like, you already ate all the sausages, you booze hound. So after that, she just orders a pizza for everybody. She's really nice, but she's just like kind of just angry at all the drunk people for the whole night. Yeah, I like this. Fischl is 100% just gonna be really loud. And for some reason, I feel like one of the neighbors, like since it's not Amber's wholesome talk that the neighbors can tolerate, maybe they come over and are just like, can you keep it quiet? My kids are trying to sleep. And then Fischl's like, how dare thee interrupt mine story, thy commoner? Yes, okay, Fischl's gonna be really loud. Ganyu, ooh, I think, would she go to bed early? Yeah, okay. I think everyone's gonna encourage her to go to sleep early. Like, she'll originally just be around the campfire with the boys, but after a while, like, people notice she's tired because she had a long day of work, and they're just like, just go to bed, girl, it's okay, you don't have to stay up with us. And then Ganyu's like, oh, okay. But it would be a really wholesome thing. Everyone just cares about Ganyu. Hu Tao? Yes. Hu Tao is such an interesting person to imagine under the influence. Because she's always so energetic, but I feel like after a couple hits of the J, Hu Tao just mellows out. Like she goes from like, hi, how are ya? To just, hey, how you doing? Yes, and her and Ayato are gonna get along so well in their little hotbox tent. Kai. Wait, no. Kaya's gonna invite all the cute girls over that are like the neighbors. Yeah. And he has that mysterious flirtatious vibe that when he goes up to them, he doesn't even need to talk. He just needs to like gesture to them to come over to the campsite. And all the girls are just gonna run after him. Yeah, he is inviting the people over. Kushing, would she be on her phone? No, I think she's gonna get really personal. Yeah, because maybe she's stressed out with work. And yeah, she kind of loves her job because she loves just making the masses happy. But she probably has some just little things she can't really talk about when she's not around a campfire. Because the campfire just brings out either the best or the worst in people. But with Kushing, nah, I think it's gonna be a really wholesome talk. Her and Aether just talking, I think would be really nice. Klee. Wait, she's a child. I don't think she's the kid who's going to bed early. I think she might either eat all the food or disturb the neighbors. Yeah, she's gonna disturb the neighbors, not with her voice, but just every now and then an explosion goes off, disturbing everybody around them. But the thing is, everybody at the campsite is just kind of used to Klee going on rampages. And Jean's already asleep, so she probably doesn't even know. But yeah, Klee's gonna be the ruckus maker. Elisa, bro, she's gonna invite, wait. No, Kai is inviting all the cute girls while Lisa's inviting all the cute boys. And this group of like 60 people is gonna just escalate to over 100 people. And eventually, I think just the police is gonna get called. Ayato in the tent's like, hide the stuff, hide the stuff. And then Hu Tao's like, we can't hide the smell. But yeah, she's inviting all the cute boys. Lu Min, I just want her to be with Aether around the campfire, telling wholesome stories. Yeah, because it would just be really wholesome, and they would be the designated storytellers. Like, everyone's just like, guys, Lu Min and Aether are gonna tell a story. Settle down. Yeah, it would be really wholesome. Mona is eating all the food. Ooh, would she order a pizza? No. She's too broke to afford a pizza. So I think she would just try to get as much as she can out of the food that's there. Yeah, so she doesn't get hungry when she gets back. Ooh, what if she stuffs all those like mini sausages? You know the ones I'm talking about? Like she stuffs them into her bag, and when she gets home, she just puts them all in her fridge and just eats them or something. Yeah, she has to make some economically smart decisions for this trip. Ning Guang would be such a good storyteller. Wait, ooh, would she get personal? No, I like the idea of her just telling stories from back in her day when she was really broke and started from the bottom. Now we're here. Yes, Ningguang the storyteller. It would be really nice. Noelle is going to sleep early in a tent, kind of self-explanatory. She's really wholesome, but also very strong. So she wouldn't be scared of just the deer, the raccoons that might scratch on her tent if you leave some peanut butter in there by accident. But yeah. Chi-Chi. Okay, guys, she just technically looks like she's 12, but she's really old because she's a zombie. So maybe like Ayato's like, hey, Chi-Chi, you're of age, right? And then brings Chi-Chi in just to have a nice sesh with her and Hu Tao. Wait, no, her and Hu Tao in the same tent? Actually, wait, maybe they get really personal and wholesome with each other because they're under the influence of the J. Yes, okay, they're both gonna be in Ayato's hot box tent, just getting really personal and opening up to each other. But when they wake up, they're just like, mortal enemies again. Yes. Razor is eating all of the food. He's the type that forgets to put the cooler in the car, and that's why the raccoons are there at night. And maybe he just hears the raccoons outside of his tent, and he goes just to play with them. And then Barbara sees him playing with the raccoons from the safety of the car, and she's like, Razor, no, you might get rabies. And he's like, hey, settle down. These are my friends. But he would eat all the food though. Sucrose would she be on her phone? No. She's also not going to bed early because I feel like she's a late nighter. I think she might get a little personal. Would she? I think yes. Because a lot of the times, the people who get personal are like her and Albedo, the quiet ones. But it's like I said, the fire just opens people up. People get really personal. And honestly, none of these characters are gonna get personal in a bad way. It's just gonna be really wholesome. Tartaglia? I think he's gonna he's gonna invite the neighbors over. And similar to Kaya, I think maybe both of them would go together. And they're just like to Benny, like Benny's looking at them and they're like, watch us work our magic. And they walk over to just a random girl's campsite and they don't even have to say anything. They just have to like maybe do a little striptease. Child friendly, but yeah, they would both invite more people over. Zheng Ling is gonna be the cook of the party of the camping trip. She's the type that if you order a pizza, she's just gonna like smack you across the face. But she wouldn't smack Diona because she knows Diona's just ordering because she needs to make these people not throw up. But Zheng Ling, I think, would just... You know what? Maybe she would go to bed early because she has to wake up the next morning at sunrise to make everybody pancakes. Yes, okay. Designated pancake maker over here. But she would sleep in the tent, I think. Yes. Zhao? Wait. No. Okay. He's getting personal around the campfire with Lu Min. Yes. I'm sorry. I have a little bit of a headcanon between these two. But anyway, he's just gonna open his soul and just release his demons. Everybody has visions here, so no one's gonna be negatively affected by his existence. So yeah, he would just talk with Lumine for the whole night. Like, Lumine would start off by telling stories, but after a while, like, she would just get caught up in conversation with Zhao, and these two would just be in like a corner by the end of the night, just hitting it off and talking. Yes, really wholesome. Jing Cho, ooh, I think he's gonna be, would he be on his phone? No, I don't think he's the phone type. I think he's just gonna eat a lot of food with Chongyun. Yeah, they're like the cooler people. Like, one of them sitting on the cooler, so they have easy access to just like the random things they have stored in the cooler. Yeah, Jing Cho's just gonna keep his boy company. I think that's a nice way to look at it. Jin Yan, ooh, is she just gonna be the loud? Yeah, she's gonna be the loud, disturbs all the neighbors. Ooh, what if she like does campfire songs? Yes! So you know how it's just like, let's gather around the campfire? It would be like that, except with Jin Yan's little twist. So it would just sound more like, let's gather around the campfire. Yeah, but it would be a really nice, relaxing song time with Jin Yan. Zhongli, y'all know where this man is going. He is the storyteller. I think maybe Lumine and Aether will get tired after a certain point with just telling stories. Then Ningguang and Zhongli take over and have a little bit of a competition. But I think in this scenario, bro, Zhongli's winning. Because his voice just will never make things boring. Like, he could just say like, I went for a walk with my dog, and everyone would just be mesmerized. But yeah, he's gonna be a storyteller. Rosaria is, ooh, I think she might constantly be on her phone, because yes, she would probably drink a bit with Beto and Venti, but she never gets drunk. Isn't that like her whole shtick? So nah, her and D-Luke are just gonna like know they exist and just be on their phones in a corner somewhere. Yeah. Eula, ooh, wait, Eula would be a nice person to open up. Oh my god, wait, yes. Actually, similar to Venti. I feel like she would get really sloshed, and then after, she like stumbles over to the fire with everybody, and everyone's just like, Eula, are you okay? And she's like, I'm fine. So let me tell you a story about my life. Yeah, she's gonna get really personal, and then Amber walks over after a while to just give her some hugs. It would be a nice thing, yes. Next we got Yen Fei. Ooh, wait, what would she be? She's probably gonna be against the whole hotboxing the tent idea. So I think, what if she gets really loud and disturbs the neighbors? Because she's constantly like attacking Ayato for just bringing a J and a bunch of edibles and stuff. So yeah, everybody would just be like, Yen Fei, relax, we're on a trip, just loosen up a bit, girl. And I think after she's done being really loud, she might get a little personal around the fire, but I'm still gonna put her in just loud and disturbs the neighbors for a little bit. Yeah. Cause Zuzu is gonna be in the Ayato gang. Yeah. Like, he's the type that before the trip, him and Ayato discuss how many grams they're gonna be bringing, how many little baggies of edibles. And then Ayato gives Kazuha the little look that you give someone when you're about to like get smoked up. And yeah, Kazuha would be the first one in Ayato's tent. And then Hu Tao and Chi-Chi join them after. Yeah. Yoi Mia. Okay. She's gonna either be really loud or the type that invites the neighbors over. Wait, yeah. Okay. She's inviting the neighbors over to play like, I don't know, Twister or something. Yeah. Because Twister's such a good game to just toss on the grass when you're like really sloshed out of your mind. So maybe Venti plays Twister with like Yoimiya. Oh my god. But yeah, she would invite the neighbors over, but she wouldn't be like these other characters here in the sense that she's just flirting with other campers. She's just gonna be like the fun inviter over. Like, she's gonna be like, hey guys, wanna join us for a little fun over there at our campsite? She would be really loud too, but she's the invites the neighbors over. Yes. So next up we have Sayu, and she is 100% going to bed early. Would she be in a car or in a tent? In a tent, I think. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna be really scared of just some little rodents in the middle of the night, so she'd be fine. Ride it? Wait, I feel like she's the type to get super emotional when around a campfire. Yeah, maybe she brings up like her dead sister and just starts losing her stuff. And everyone's just like, it's okay, A, it's okay. And she's like, it's not okay, I miss her. Yeah, and just for the whole night, everyone's just trying to console her. And Venti offers her a couple of drinks and stuff. But yeah, she would get really personal. Sarah, ooh, she really strikes me as just like the duty watcher. Like the make sure nobody gets hurt kind of girl. So, you know what? This is kind of random. What if she's in Ayato's tent just to monitor him and make sure that nobody does anything really stupid, but in the process, like, she gets that second-hand high. So she gets a little baked without it being her intention. Yes. Oh my god, Sarah loosening up a bit in the hotbox tent. I kind of want to see that now. Kokomi is gonna be probably a campfire storyteller. Yeah, because she has a really soothing voice. And I think someone like Goro would want to get really personal with Kokomi around a fire. So he would get personal. But Kokomi, I think, just has good control over her emotions. So she would just tell campfire stories and listen to Goro talk after a certain amount of time. And they would just have a nice, like, wholesome conversation for the evening. Yeah, a lot of these characters would just separate into their little groups, and it would be really nice. Aloy 100% strikes me as someone who wakes up really early. Yeah, because maybe she goes to gather like plants or something in the morning, which is kind of something a lot of people do at campsites. It's kind of weird, but I think she would just sleep early in a tent. Toma, my man, is gonna be just the person who's taking care of literally everybody. Ooh, and he's the guy who brings those industrial-sized garbage bags to just make sure nobody leaves a mess and that the raccoons don't like choke on a plastic fork or something. With that in mind, where would he be? Ooh, no, I think he would also order a pizza. Yeah, because there's always a point, especially when the group's this big, that you're gonna run out of food. And Toma's gonna be the guy who orders food for everybody, because he takes care of people, man. Ito is disturbing the neighbors, pretty obvious. I can just imagine him actually getting into a fight. Like maybe over the hill, there's another group of campers, and they're just like, hey, shut up over there. And Ito's like, what did you say to me? And everyone's just like, guys, hold Ito back. He's losing control. Yeah, but he would be really loud for sure. Next, we got Shinha. Ooh, where would she be? Ooh, wait, maybe Ayato and Kazuha see her, and the fact that she kinda gives off heavy stoner vibes. They're like, hey girl, wanna have a bit of a J with us? And she's like, what is J? And then she smokes up with them, but I feel like it has like no effect on her because she has such a high tolerance. Yeah, okay. So she would be there just looking at everybody losing their minds, and she's like, oh, this is nice. Yes. Yunjin is gonna be a storyteller. Yeah, she's the type to get really like up and personal though. Like when she's talking around the campfire, she stands up and like acts out whatever story she's telling. Yeah, okay. This is my kind of storyteller. I would love to hear Yunjin just talk about like the performing arts around a campfire. It would be really cool. Miko is either... Ooh, she's a really tricky one. Ooh, wait, where would Miko be? Hold up, I'm having a bit of a brain fart. Would she be in the hotbox tent? No. She's definitely not getting personal. I just can't see her doing that. So I'm gonna say she invites the neighbors over. Yeah, maybe to spice things up a little bit. She's like, hello, my cuties. And just a lot of people follow her over. Doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, like this girl is attractive to literally anybody. So yeah, she's gonna invite people over. Yelan, I feel like is the type to have a couple of drinks with these two, like Beto and Venti, but she doesn't get sloshed. Instead, after she's done just chilling, she goes on her phone with Rosaria. Yeah, so this little group of three is gonna be in their designated corner, and everybody knows that they just don't want to talk to people anymore, so they just leave them alone. I think that's the way they'd go about it. Shinobu is, ooh, I kind of just want Shinobu to get really personal, but I don't think she would, which kind of makes me sad. Ooh, what if she tells stories about her journeys overseas around the campfire? Yeah. So like everyone would just be like, so how was your time in Liyue? And then she takes off her mask and gets comfortable, and she just unintentionally goes into like a storytelling mode. Yeah. And it would be a really fun thing to just listen to her talk. Oh my God, yes. Hazel. My man's about to get rizzy with the neighbors. Ooh, what if after Ito's like done just pissing off the neighbors, Hazel goes over to apologize. He's like, hey guys, I'm sorry about my friend over there. And the neighbor's mood just changes from really pissed off to just like, oh, yeah, no problem. And then Hazel invites them over. You know the saying, yesterday's enemies are today's friends? Yeah, Hazel would make that a reality. Tagnari, oh my God, what would he do? I don't know why, but I feel like he might go to sleep early because it's similar to Aloy. These two are very early risers. They wake up at sunrise, like at 6 a.m. kind of thing. And Tagnari, I think, would just wake up and go for a bike ride around the campsite. I know that's really specific, but he gives me a lot of those vibes, and I'm kind of all about that. I think it would be really chill. So yeah, we're gonna put him there. Kale, I think, ooh, what if she goes to bed early and Barbara's like, can you keep me company in the car? I don't want to be alone. So yeah, Kale and Barbara become besties, and they'd probably stay up actually really late, even though they're trying to go to sleep, and they're just talking to each other. Yeah, and telling really wholesome stories. Yes. And Ayaka would join them too, and it would just be a really nice dynamic in the car. Wait, there's 4 seats in the car. Who's joining them? I need one more person to fill this car. I'm making it Nahida. Yes, okay. I think Nahida could probably stay up late, but because she looks like a child, everybody's like, Nahida, go to bed. You need to wake up and do your godly duties tomorrow. So yeah, they would kind of push her to go to bed. These 3 characters over here are just like, Nahida, come chill in the car with us and play Uno or something. Yes, okay. This would be such a vibe. I love this group. Dory. Yes. Bro, she's getting so baked. I feel like she's the type that doesn't show her stress. So this is her way of de-stressing. Like, I feel like she walks up to Ayato and Kazuha and is just like, hey guys, you got room for one more? And they're like, come on in, you crazy black market dealer lady. But yeah, she would be in the hotbox tent. Nilu, I think, would subconsciously get really personal around the campfire, and it would be really nice. Like, everybody, I think, would be listening to Zhongli talk, and then Nilu just starts talking about herself for a bit, and everyone just gets super interested. Because Nilu's not the type to bring attention to herself usually, so in this situation, everyone's like, oh my God, guys, Nilu's talking about herself, be quiet. Yeah, but she would get personal. It'd be really wholesome. Sino? Why does he strike me as the type to just order a pizza? Like, maybe his favorite food in the cooler, like the mini sausages that I keep bringing up. You guys know the ones I'm talking about. But there's no more mini sausages, so he's like, I don't want these like burgers or these Doritos sweet chili heat. Nah, I want a pizza. So he orders a pizza, and he probably just doesn't tell anybody about it, and he just walks over her to the gate of the campsite and comes back with like 20 boxes of pizza, and everybody just loves Sino for that whole night because no one wants to order pizza because it's a camping trip, but deep down, you know everybody wants it, right? Candace, ooh, what would she do? I don't think she's gonna get personal, but she might tell some stories around the campfire. Yeah, because maybe there's a lot of characters that are like, what's it like in the desert, Candace? And she's like, let me tell you some stories. And she gets a lot of people hooked just for her different way of a life. I think people would be really interested. Yeah. Lila? Wait, I want her to get sloshed because she needs to de-stress from school a bit, man. And this camping trip and her just getting really drunk with her best friend Beto. I'm sorry, I have a canon thing in my head where they're like BFFs now because of a tier list I did where they're like partners on an island together. But nah, so she would start drinking with these guys, and dude, I just want to see her get comfortable and not just go to sleep and not have a good time. No, she needs to get sloshed, okay? Skara? Nah, my man is being so loud. Ooh, him and Ito are gonna get into a fight, and it's just gonna disturb everybody else in the entire campsite. Yeah. Very simple explanation, but best boy over here is gonna be very loud. Hey guys, editing bonk here. So I changed my opinion after I made the list. So basically Skara's gonna be the personal type who opens up around the fire, and him and A are gonna get into a huge fight. That's kind of my canon in my head. But yeah, I didn't change it in the video because I'm doing this in the editing process. But just imagine that Skara's would get personal around the fire. Yeah. Faruzan is 100% the back in my day, we didn't have these light novels. Yeah, she's gonna be telling stories around the campfire. And I feel like she's the type that has a very specific crowd. Ooh, like maybe Albedo and Sucrose are the ones listening to Faruzan talk, while everybody else is just listening to the others. But these three characters would get along so well. I love it. Yao, I don't think is going to bed early. I think she's gonna stay up, similar to Sarah, except Sarah got corrupted by Ayato. But since Yao is a child, she's gonna be taking care of everybody, like making sure Venti doesn't throw up, and gives him like Tums, like the medicine. But I'm just gonna put her in gets really personal, just because she's the caretaker. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna add a tier. So yeah, Yao is gonna go in caretaker. I'm also gonna put Toma up here, because he's very similar in the sense that they just wanna make sure nobody gets injured or really sick. So yeah, these are the caretakers. Alhaitham is 100% on his phone for the entire evening. He doesn't want anything to do with anybody. Maybe Venti like gives him a drink or something to loosen up, but it's just not enough. He's unfazed by alcohol. Yes. Dea, why do I feel like she would eat a lot of food? I don't know why. She gives me heavy, like really chill, but also just like eats everything. Like she's munching on the Doritos for the whole night. I don't know why I'm getting this vibe from her. But nah, she would be super chill, but she would just eat a lot of food, I think. Yeah. Mika, I think this is oddly enough, I kind of want to put him in caretaker because he gives me heavy, like really timid, but just wants to make sure everybody's safe for the evening. So yeah, I'll put him in caretaker. Really simple one. Kave. Wait, why does Kave strike me as the type who just wants to be like one of the cool kids? So he goes into the Ayato tent to sesh up with these guys, but it's his first time doing it. And he just has like hallucinations that he's on fire, but nobody's taking care of him because everyone else is just so zoned out. Ooh, no. Shenha's gonna take care of him because she's the only one who's kind of sober. So yeah, Baiju 100%, another one of the stoner kids. I think Ayato and Kazuha don't even know he's gonna be there, but when they see him, they're like, dude, look, it's the legend, Baiju and the snake. I've only heard myths of that man and his top quality, 98% purity kush. But yeah, he's joining the Hotbox gang. Hida Greta, I'm not sure yet because she's not out. But since she's kind of like a delivery person, I'll just put her in orders of pizza. I think it's pretty simple for her. All right, guys, that was the camping tier list. I just wanted to get this one out the way really quickly because camping season's coming around and you guys should drink responsibly. Don't do anything too messed up. Just have a good time. Be one of the personal people. Socialize. And with that in mind, take care, guys, and have a good one.
Thanks for watching. Please sub. Bye.